a wizard arrives precisely when he means to.
That's a euphemism, Ben.
Oh, wow. You did catch me on a Monday.
What is like Garfield? What are you talking about? Like a bright... Imagine this green, but blue. Like a really quite vivid... Look, I'm trying to say the shade, Ben.
All the listeners? Okay.
Yeah, audio listeners. It's a tough one. I'll be honest.
Hello and welcome back to the C.R.E.A.M podcast, the 76th Cars Rule Everything Around Me podcast with myself, Will, Edwin to my right, and then Ben before and after the camera. Very nice. That wasn't that lively, that hello.
That's better. That's good for the audio listeners.
Now, at the beginning of every podcast, as you know, we ask ourselves, do cars rule or ruin everything around us? Now, Edwin, would you like to address the bogey in the room?
Yes, Ben is unfortunately behind the camera. No, if you are an audio listener, nothing is afoot to you. If you are a visual viewer, there's something lurking behind us. And what it is my new car. I kept a secret. You may notice a couple podcasts ago, I said, I'm bidding on a car, and I'm not telling you anything yet. The car behind me in question is a 2003 TVR Tuscan 4-litre in tropical green, which is a Vauxhall colour. It's quite green. It's really quite green.
It is ultra green.
Like imagine a green and make it more than that. Yes, this is my new car. I've wanted one of these. This car, this TVR Tuscan, has been invasive to my soul for, would it be a year and a bit now? So
Since we drove.
We wanted to drive cars that were the same price as an MX-5 brand new, what we would choose to drive instead of one of those. Will chose his old E92 M3, and I chose a car that, since my childhood, I've always dreamed about, a TVR Tuscan in the correct swordfish blue, as we've all come to know it. And driving that car since that day, it has been invasive to my soul. There hasn't been a day that I haven't thought about it. The 550 is still, ultimate dream car, but I was so surprised by how much I love that Tuscan. It was just incredible. And I was keeping my eye on, looking out for them. An olive green one came up at auction a couple of weeks ago. I went up, looked at it with a friend, and didn't buy it because it was a lot of money, and also I didn't feel it. It didn't feel it right with me. And then I saw coming up at an auction on a big NEC classic car auction, a TVR Tuscan coming up with 151,000 miles on it.
That's a lot.
For context, if you don't know TVRs that well, making it to 30 is an achievement. You've done well if you've got to.
They're sort of medieval children.
Yeah. So this one previous owner, it has every service document. I'm going to save some information for when we do the video on the second channel, which will be coming in a few weeks. But the history of this car is incredible. And I've driven 200 miles in it already. I did a secret reveal. Neither of these guys knew at all.
I was very upset.
When I came in on Monday, Will went, Tuscan, you win it? I went, nah, bottled it. I didn't win it.
And I bought that. I completely bought it.
I didn't bid high enough. I didn't win it. And we went on about the day. And then Ben gave me a lift to a supposed Defender for my mate to go pick up.
He lied to me.
And then when we opened the door, there was a Tuscan. And so Ben knew that night. And then the next day we went Supercar Driver, which is another rule. And I parked it up in the line of cars. Again, you will see this in the video. And I said to Ben, we won't say anything to Will. Will turned off and went, is that Tuscan?
I was stunned. I was like, wow. I thought, actually, how sad. How we just missed out on this Tuscan narrowly. And then here it is, rubbing it in your face. And then the reveal happened.
Yeah, it's very worth watching. The reveal is quite good. But I'm incredibly, incredibly happy. Before we go into anything else, it is a rule for me. This episode is sponsored by CarVertical. We have to shout out the guys there. When you buy a car at auction, you obviously do not have any way of looking around it, or you can't speak to the seller. You don't have much to go off. So there are many stones that aren't unturned. So therefore, I went to CarVertical, put the reg in, found a load out about this car. This car has never had any crash damage. Super rare for a Tuscan. But the mileage, it's got a low score because it goes, this car has an above average mileage for this sort of car, which CarVertical you are bang on.
So obviously we always use CarVertical every single time we buy a car. Obviously for auction, even better. If you're not going to see the car, make sure you're doing the most research possible and make sure that CarVertical is a part of that. There's an auction car that I'm looking at. I've also done that. It's given me the registration. It's given me MOT history. It's given me options. photos even from previous ads. It can do all sorts, crash damage, assessment damage, stuff that you aren't going to find elsewhere, basically.
Mega shout out to CarVertical. Next time that you guys buy a car, make sure you use our code CREAM for 20% off your next CarVertical report. Plus, if you bundle them together, you can get up to 50% off. So you can get a big discount next time you're buying a car. Shout out.
So, so it's ultra. Is it bigger? Is it one of the biggest rules yet?
Yeah, absolutely.
In
by a long way.
In the cream era.
I don't want to sound like ungrateful or anything, but when I bought it and I was a bit like scared. I was just scared. I didn't feel anything towards it. I was a bit, frozen in the headlights. And then when we drove it, after you and I, Will and I drove back from Supercar Driver, Will was in the Glado, I was in that. I was like, this is the best purchase. I think it nearly rivals the M3. The M3 I chased for a very long time, whereas this is more of a recent one. Yeah. When I walked out to it to get from Supercar Driver, I felt this feels special. I'm still not sold on the colour though. So I love it.
Obviously, the colour you wanted is harder to find. They're probably worth more money, that kind of thing.
They're about double.
Okay.
A chameleon blue Tuscan, because of the Americans, that's the colour Americans want. Yeah. They know. They're far more sought after. I was offered one for 45 to 50 grand. And that's a high mileage car with not great paintwork.
And you're not near that.
Oh, no, got less than half that. This was the cheapest Tuscan in the country.
It does fulfill the wild colour TVR.
It really does.
Because you do get some of them, you get them in white, you see a black one, and they look quite smart and they look quite nice because they are. It's a pretty car anyway, but it's TVR and thus it should be a wild colour.
It needs to be.
And when we drove back in them, I mean, there was no missing us. There really was no missing
yellow
us.
Lamborghini and a bright green TVR.
So honestly, let's do another Subway gang.
We got the Eat Fresh gang.
John Deere. It was
John Deere.
It's the police. They see these two coming. Yeah. They really do, and hear them as well.
There was I came around the corner on Waze. It said, "There's a police camera car up ahead." Yeah. I came around, and it was like a mile in the distance. But I was like, I know who he's pointing this at. I've got to slow this down because he's going right. I know who.
At first, he went, "Jesus Christ, I can't see anything," and then he went, "Hang on, right there, they're not speeding."
But I would. I'm already quite smitten by it, and I kind of told myself it wouldn't be a long-term thing. It would be something to own, enjoy, and then move on. But I'm already really quite smitten with it. I would consider painting it or doing like peelable paint,
like a wrap type beat,
to make it. But it needs to be that color. It has to be swordfish blue. It can't be swordfish. It can't be a wrap that's like nearly it. Yeah, it has to be the color.
Yeah, you do get some really nice modern wraps. Jay, videographer, who will bang on to us all the time about it, saying, "Yeah, you can machine polish them." But it is true. Modern wraps are way better than old wraps where you can actually barely see that they're wrap. So maybe that is an option. Yeah, because painting it's going to be
very expensive. But it has to be the exact color. Yeah. Like, I don't want something near because that would annoy me. But yeah, I'm incredibly happy and incredibly excited. Sorry for taking up so much time at the beginning of the podcast.
No, it's cool.
I'm very happy.
I was gobsmacked the day on coming to Supercar Driver. I was a little bit. Ben started filming immediately, and part of me was like, "Why is he filming now? Why is he filming as soon as I get out of the car?"
We got Edwin to give you the mic because I said to him, I was like, "If I walk up to you and hand you a mic, I want to eat a bacon bap. I've got to go for a wee. I've got to have this."
But I don't know why. I was. Something wasn't up, but I had no idea it would be that. I was quite pleased.
The funny thing is, the way that they lined everyone up, we got there really early. So our car was like 7th in line.
Yeah.
But of a row of about 50 to 100.
Yeah.
But then you turned up a little bit later. So the 50 had already filled out. So they'd moved on to the next row.
Yeah.
And I was counting. I was like, they're going to park him behind the TVR and he's just going to know instantly. It's going to ruin the surprise.
Also, because you got there at like 8:15 and I said like, I'll probably be there 8:30 to 9. I was like, why are they there early? Why are they there so well? What's preparing?
We didn't want to just in case you were early because you sometimes are to drive in front of you. So
wow. No. Bruce said sometimes.
Sometimes you're early.
Sometimes you're like actually really early.
A wizard arrives precisely when he means to.
That's a euphemism, Ben.
Oh, wow.
So it is a rule for me by a very long shot. William, you can't talk about much. You're under NDA of your own variety.
I've got my own NDA going on. I have. What can I say?
Something big is happening.
Something big is happening, but we're not sure. There is like something wicked this way comes.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Well, something.
But I don't know if it is actually coming this way.
Something wicked, but turn that W upside down.
So I can see it on the horizon. But there are obstacles.
But there's been a big. Well, you can't talk about it. There's been a big update.
There's been a big update. Something might be being sold. I don't know what. I don't know what to tell you. I can't tell you.
Would you like to talk about today's ruin, though?
Today is so. Actually, there was a rule. This week was a rule. And then there's a little bit of a mix after the big news today. A car is being sold. That will be revealed. Whether it's happening probably next week. The Megane.
You will never believe it.
I posted it on Instagram, and the messages I got, people saying no.
There's no way. He doesn't.
I got messages claiming it was AI. I got messages claiming I've bought another one. But the Megane is back.
He's done it.
And it works. I've tested it. I've done a little bit of testing just to see
Mexico
if it works.
bound. You know.
Doing some big brakings, and it works. And I did forget how much I like that car.
Yeah.
I did also forget how tight the seats are that I put in it, and the sort of hour and a half drive back to the storage unit really got on my hips. Really did. So the seats are too cool to really care, because it's more of a track car anyway. So I want to do some more bits and bobs on it. But now I got into that. I was like, I'll get it back and I'll leave it as is. But now I'm like, what about on like a cage? What about a new steering wheel? But so that was a rule. Then there was the news of today, and then this morning there was the Range Rover decided to serve its first L to me. It might even
First
be
ever. Do you know what
it could be? It could be an official L for me.
Yeah.
Because it's the first time it's broken down since I bought it. October 2024, I think it was I bought it. Never has it left me stranded anywhere. And this morning, fortunately, 4 minutes from the unit actually, driving down the road, I hear, I think, and then my rev needle just went to the moon. So I came to a stop in a pub car park, which was quite
lovely,
quite fortuitous.
Early
actually.
morning pint, pop in.
Well, a couple of people did say that actually, because I left my car there. I rang Ben and said, "Please, can you come and collect me from the pub at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday on a Wednesday morning?"
Might have a bit of a problem here with TDC. You going home on a Monday night, just smashing out pints all night, then going, right, someone pick me up.
And then a couple of people who came in today, obviously they will take similar routes in, and they went, "Are you at the pub?" I was like, "No, I'm not at the pub. My car is at the pub." So the drive shaft fell out.
Okay, now
like it didn't snap. It fell out.
Now this is really interesting to me, because
how does that happen?
That doesn't happen
because like famously you need to get like a little bit more leverage just to get it out.
Yeah.
So how does that happen then? So I don't think it has just fallen out. I think there is probably something else that has led to that.
An
arm or something in the hub or whatever. Something has gone awry in there and pulled out my my drive shaft. So yeah, first actual, like I couldn't drive any further. Nothing else has ever done that on the Range Rover.
Do you know what? At any other time in your ownership, it could do that. But right now is possibly the worst time.
Yeah, no, it could be. Yeah, no, I just don't want.
That's not helpful.
If you could just work.
Like
that would just be fantastic.
A couple of weeks.
If you could just get by, that's great. So now I'm going to have to source another automobile, possibly the Clio, to use every day until I can get that fixed, because I don't want to fix it because I don't like working on L322s. They're horrible.
Understandable.
So it'll probably be the Clio as a bit of a daily for a while.
Overall rule, or is it?
I'd say it's an overall rule that because I don't know the extent of the damage of the Range Rover yet, so it doesn't feel like a ruin.
Yeah, no, it's just something's happened.
Yeah, so something's happening. But I'm officially I'm in the sort of foggy field right now in my brain.
Okay.
I just don't know what's going on.
Okay, understandable.
There's things happening. I just can't see it.
There's something there's something like vaguely yellow in the fog.
It's sort of light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, like yellowy light.
But I don't know how to get there.
Yeah, understandable. Well, you won't because all your cars are gone.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to have to walk.
I have to walk. Take ages, right?
Benjamin.
I am a rule.
Okay.
I don't have many updates, really. I've got...
There is one thing to talk about. Something small. Just that...
The Golf's headlight is still not happy.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was that Food and Fuel is coming up.
Oh, yeah.
That will be on the 11th of April. Is that right?
That's the one.
Got it.
Bicester Heritage.
Got it. One M who runs the event.
No, not Bicester Heritage.
Motion.
Bicester Motion.
How dare you use
his... I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How dare you use this name?
It'll be a big event.
It'll be very good.
We're going to be there.
It's going to be great.
And we're going to bring cars.
Well, this is where it kind of stems from. Because we said to Ben, surely the little S2000's coming out for that. And Ben gave us the most unenthused response I think I've ever heard from him. And he went, yeah, I could do. Yeah.
You did catch me on a Monday.
What is this Garfield? What are you talking about?
I was having a moment of just like trying to...
Don't speak to me before my Monday coffee.
We were having a planning meeting, so I was deep in the spreadsheets trying to work out the schedule, that sort of stuff, and then I get suddenly accosted by all these people about my S2000.
I wouldn't say accosted.
Yeah, I would.
It was just a conversation.
It was okay.
Yeah. To Ben, that is accosting.
Yeah, it usually is.
But we asked, and Ben was like, "Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll bring it." And I said to Em put him down as not bringing that because she said, "What cars are coming?" She needed to know. there is a secret car of ours that's coming.
Yep.
Not the secret one from last year. That's still having work done.
That's still a secret.
That's still a secret. And there's another one that's even more secret. It will be there. The creamers know. The true creamers have already connected the dots. They've connected the brochure to my ride.
Yeah.
You know, they know what's coming. But Ben was like, what cars are you guys bringing? And she went, Ben, you bringing the S2000? Ben went, yeah, maybe. And we went, just put that down as a no.
Yeah, I'll bring it.
And then,
I still doubt it though.
and then a day later, he went, I'm bringing it.
It was after Supercar Driver. I felt this fizz in you.
Yeah.
I have a photo.
You
from
started
Supercar
to
Driver.
get bubbly. You started to get gleeful.
Yeah, I like
Zesty,
cars.
I'd say.
Basically, you came to me at this moment where I didn't have it in my mind that time, and then
Cars were gone.
yeah, I'm just trying to live.
Can I summarize where you were at that moment?
Go on.
the Monday.
Ready?
Bearing in mind we're now the Wednesday, basically.
40
Monday, I asked Ben what he thought of the S2000, and he said, I haven't even thought about it
Crazy.
for the last couple of
Wild.
months.
I haven't.
And that's where he was. But then a Tuesday came around, the sun was out,
The guns were
cars
out.
were out,
Yeah.
green and yellow boys were ploughing around.
Subway eating
And
fresh.
then where did your brain go then?
A Supercar Driver, I mean, granted, these are supercars, so it's a bit next level.
S2000
But it's nice to see people with their cars and being part of that. And you guys bought your cars, and I felt I had FOMO. I had a photo,
That's what we
which-
said to you.
which-
You said you wouldn't miss it.
Also,
And then we told you when the boys are out, when everyone's got their tings out, and it's a sunny day, and we got somewhere to go, you're going to go, well, I'm not going to jump the GTD, am I? You're not going to be a passenger princess.
I wouldn't have enjoyed the drive up and down in that car, to be fair.
blue a great addition
I
to the
thought
green and yellow
You'd quite separate
landscape.
us.
What country is that? The flag of blue, green, and yellow.
I don't know that.
Gabon.
Is that Hungary? No. Hungary's-
Gabon.
Okay. I'm gonna
I think that's possibly true.
But you look
Okay.
it up. But I'll continue what I was saying about it. So, yeah, I had FOMO, and I have this
bloody
photo-
hell.
I have a-
He's bloody
Is it
that's
actually?
wild.
Is it actually?
That's incredible.
What country?
Gabon.
Gavon has pulled up, and that is the green of the that is perfect. You know
I
what?
also I don't know.
That's 1,000 years.
and that's
that's
football?
playing FIFA Ultimate Team.
Where
when
is
you were a
that?
Come
teenager.
from football.
Gabon.
It's Africa.
Yes, I think so.
Oh.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
There you go.
And the-
Aubameyang. Well, I know that name.
Mm.
Don't know why. Sorry. Off topic. Carry on. Play ball, as they say in football.
Probably, yeah. Kick it to me, that sort of stuff. What was I saying?
You were saying-
yes, Deck, put on screen here. I'll send it to you. There is a photo I took at Supercar Driver of these two in their cars as they're about to leave, and I
very
thought,
cool.
and I was like, "Where's my car?" And I love my Golf, and it was good for carrying camera gear around, and I had a nice, pleasant journey home. But in that moment, I thought, a little
No.
S2000.
Because
There's a
also
moment.
on Monday there was talk about selling the S2000
Yeah, I didn't
There
know
was
that at all.
well, because I was also saying we've achieved TDC Dream Cars level 1.
level 1.
We've
It's there.
got the Gallardo,
Mm.
but not the Big M.
Yep.
Because we're not there yet.
We don't have that ever. You know.
Edwin's got the Tuscan, but
Yeah.
not the 550, and I've got an S2000, but not.
Well, this is another issue.
We'll get
Ben,
onto that. We'll get onto that.
Because
we had the conversation.
Ben's dream car changes by the day now.
No, I've got it.
It's because a man who doesn't dream doesn't know what his dream car is.
Hang
It
on.
does make sense.
We're off topic. Let's
A
stay on the
man
first thing first, and then we can get on to that because we had a good conversation at lunch
What
yesterday.
was the original? What were we talking about?
The S2000?
Cars,
selling
right,
it,
yeah, go on.
and then we'll go.
God,
we'll
we're all
talk
over the
about-
place.
Yeah.
A man who thinks all the time.
Okay, I'm not selling it.
Okay,
I
right.
don't want to sell
Done.
it.
Stake in the
Here's
ground.
what happened. We had the conversation. My mind was in work mode. I was also quite sleepy.
Excuses.
No, I was just, I didn't want to be
Tiredness
accosted about
affects
cars.
the-
I had to think about too many things and think about work stuff. And in that moment, I was like, you know what? I don't want to do cars.
Okay.
Then we discussed it more. I thought about it. And I thought, I don't want to sell that guy.
Okay.
And then went to Supercar Driver and you had your cars. And I thought, I'm not selling it. I'm not leaving.
Nice.
And now I'm going to get it out.
At the car?
No.
But the car will
We went
remain.
today to get a car from storage. Went in storage and I saw it in person. And I thought, there he is. That's my boy.
That's going to be my car.
That is my car.
Yeah.
That's good. You
And I
do
thought-
need to get it out.
I'm going to get it out. I'm going to clean it. I'm going to make it look nice. I'm going to drive it.
Okay.
Okay.
And in the winter,
And how about this?
I'm going to put it away again. And that is when we're going to do rust.
Oh,
We're going to do...
So we're not going to do that before summer?
I don't think we have time.
I guess
for summer.
it's usable right now, right?
So here's-
it's a little bit crusty, but it's not like the subframe's not falling out of it.
No.
It's not crusty. It probably is. As in comparison to most S1000s, it will probably be a bit worse than it was when I bought it because I drove it in the winter. But I mean, the arches, I checked them. They look
Rusty.
Crusty.
a bit worse.
Yeah, they're scabby.
They're pretty similar to what they were when we did the videos. They haven't got crazy worse.
Okay.
It feels a bit silly to put it away during summer when it's not going to be driven in the sun.
Agreed.
And then in the winter, when I've also decided now in the winter it is going away. I didn't like the attitude of like, I'm putting my car away to sleep for 6 months, but actually I'm doing that because
Also, there's a couple of things.
You're an old man.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things you want to add that you feel like that's possibly the reason. Not that you haven't bonded with it, but little things that
I haven't bonded with it at all.
We can do.
But you've had a mistake was made, redacted. Can't talk about that.
I'll talk about it.
That happened.
What? Whoa!
No, not that.
I won't talk about that.
I'll talk about. I'll gloss over it briefly, but I will admit to it.
What's that then? Let's talk about it.
The thing about
let's get it out in the air.
Is this the one where we talk about it?
Yeah, let's do that then. Look,
I bought the car and I loved the car.
The TVR is going to take up, most people are going to gloss over your story. They'll be looking at the TVR. So
because also it's probably in your future with the TVR.
Oh, absolutely.
So
nearly happened this morning.
I bought the car. Very pleased. I've wanted one for a long time. I was very happy. We did the episode on the mods, and I think you remember me saying it went off to Evolution Works to do bushes and all other stuff for a while, and I kept saying, I just want my car.
Yep.
I want to drive my car. I want to enjoy it. Got it. I got it in probably the start of November when it was back working. Then I saw the X5, and then I dated it. So I never enjoyed it. I drove it in the rain. I drove it over Christmas. I then
Christmas, the unjolliest time of the year.
Actually, that's probably the one time I have enjoyed it was on Christmas Day.
Because you did drive it.
Santa
I drove it in the sunshine.
Santa brought you some Advan Miova tyres.
But and the tyre thing happened where it ate its own tyre, and also the fitment on it now is quite atrocious because of the stretch tyres.
You're circling the drain.
So all these things happened, and on top of that, the oil happened.
No, we're
still not there.
Which was tough for me.
Still not there.
And
this feels like a politician.
Yeah. No. We will.
And
drive
also,
the S2000.
What are your policies? Well, let me tell you about my wife and children.
We were in December on the way back from a welder for the Golf, getting the seats sorted out. And I left the junction.
With haste?
I don't think it really was with haste, which makes it worse. I left the junction and the camber of the road just sort of changed.
The road fell away.
So may I present my vision?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was before the ML, was it?
Yeah, it was pre-ML.
Can I say something about it quickly? I've actually thought this. So I said to my girlfriend the other day, actually one of the toughest moments of my entire life. What
your entire life?
I think the most humbling experience in my entire life.
Humbling. No, that makes
one of the
sense,
most embarrassing, and I still wince when I think about it.
So we left the welder. Will first in the CL500, God rest its soul.
Rip.
So he just disappeared.
Will just went.
Yeah.
I was towing the trailer with the Golf on it, and I was behind Ben. So Ben and I kind of left at the same time. And coming up to, there's like a little mini roundabout that goes right. If you know Reading, you'll kind of know where this is. Lots of car meets used to be there. Little mini roundabout going up a tiny hill, and then you go left onto a big, long dual carriageway, multiple lanes, 3 lanes. And it was a green light, and Ben had kind of shot forward a little bit, so he was out on my eye line. And as I came up the little hill and turned left onto the junction, what I saw was a Honda S2000 pirouetting gracefully from lane 1 to lane 3 and coming to a rest millimeters from the edge of the curb. It didn't hit it. The tire was just kissing the edge.
Now this was the debate we had because it never touched anything.
It did because I was watching from behind.
It never touched anything.
It was just
because if it touched, I would have crashed. I haven't crashed.
No, it just was resting against the curb.
It was a precision maneuver.
And I'd had the car back for a week, 2 weeks. Like I was sorted, and I spent a good amount of money getting all the like suspension stuff set up, and we'd obviously done the video and whatever. So it had some money spent on it, and as it happened. All I thought, I didn't actually react that much, to be fair. All I thought was, that's it.
Is it nice to get that out in the open?
No, horrible.
No, it's still redacted then.
No, but
so I went
mistakes
basically
get made. Is that your first rule?
Well, let me preface the context of it as well, to be fair.
Can I ask one question? Was it the heat of passion? Well, then
that was my main issue of it. I wasn't. It wasn't.
So
passionate.
So not even mistakes were made.
So
then.
the thing that happened is that the way this junction is set up is it kind of goes.
If we look at the architecture of the junction,
I think there's a mistake in the road building here.
Don't you want to discuss how it happened?
Yeah, go on.
No, please.
The way that road goes is it's like a lane, then a little roundabout, and that goes on to the dual carriageway.
I described roads.
No, but you go from the roundabout sort of up,
and
then you go left onto the dual carriageway, and the dual carriageway is on a hill. So the dual carriageway tilts to the right a little bit, and that is actually what got me.
So you fell off the road?
Yeah.
Fell off the map. I hadn't unlocked that part yet. So no, I went into it, and it was also tipping it down, to be fair. It was really raining. It was wet.
I'd say it was wet.
It was very wet.
I wouldn't say the raindrops were big. If we use that
It was raining a lot.
language.
It was raining a lot. Do you know what? I can even prove it because I can go back into the archive and I can find the footage of the Golf being put into the workshop, and I can show you how wet it was. So
I think you'll find a slightly average rainy day.
Yeah. It was very
also,
wet.
may I say, what tyres were you on that day?
This was
Were you on
after.
This was after.
So you were on. Like,
I was
it was
on
normal.
Goodyears.
You were sufficiently tired.
Yeah. You were just, you were driving a car on the road.
Yeah,
Would you say a mistake
my
was
stretch
made?
tires on 2 degrees of camber, but that's
It
fine.
feels like you're trying to escape.
I'm trying
Do you
to
think a
explain what
mistake was
happened.
made?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool.
I went left on.
Was it your mistake or the roads?
It was. No, I said this at the time. I won't deny this. It was. I don't think it was my fault to make it happen. But what was my fault was the degree of how bad it ended up being.
Okay.
That was my fault. I happily admit that.
Now,
Because I didn't do a clutch kick. I didn't go into it. I went left into the corner, and on a dry day, you're just going around a corner.
Do you know what?
On a wet day.
I was once told this by you won't be a fan of him because he's a doctor, but a very classic piece of information is you have to turn right to go left. That is this guy called Doc Hudson, who's a very famous race.
Oh, yeah. What?
No, that's actually a thing.
Okay. I went left, and I went left. I didn't do a clutch kick, didn't try and do a skid, just went into it a little bit too aggressively, and my ass got loose.
Fell off.
Got very loose, and I thought, that's okay. Well, I'm telling you, I'm going left. My ass is trying to take me too far left. I'll just correct. I'll go right. What happens with that, I've learned, is that the car went... So I was going left, and I thought, I'm going to now hit the left-hand side. I'm going to spin out and hit the left-hand side. And I was like, that's tough. And as I saw the left-hand side coming around to meet me, and the car went, oh, we're going left, are we? Oh, no, we're going right, actually, quite aggressively. And I went very right.
And at what point did you bang it into second and fall flat on the floor?
No, I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't know how to react to that. So at that point, it was done.
Did you see that twisty road sign?
But the worst part was what made it humbling was Edwin behind me. Edwin behind me, and then the fact that because it was, thank God that it was like a
red light
on the other side, because otherwise I would have had a crash.
And there was no one else around, right?
No one was there, and actually, like, it sounds funny. I wasn't being an idiot. I wasn't being stupid. I just messed up in a car that is, to be fair, notorious for spinning out
by themselves.
They are notorious for snap oversteer stuff.
I think they are, but sort of like on the sort of ragged edge type.
Yeah, you have to be
not coming off a roundabout.
You have to be.
But I think that was
just not just like just old people who bought one new and they go around a roundabout and go, well, I just fell off the roundabout, didn't I?
But the first thing is that
Nan's dead, isn't she?
She fell off, didn't she?
S2000, same thing happened to mine.
For some reason, you're painting the picture.
She just fell off the road.
You're painting the picture as if I've gone around the corner. I wasn't speeding, to be fair, at all. I wasn't going that quickly. It was wet, and the car doesn't like it. Also, it's already... It's an S2000 they're already known for it, and especially an early one like the one I have. And also, remember, my entire rear end is polybushed, and also on BCs. It's quite stiff.
You know what? The fact that you were fastest at the track day now makes sense. Because these excuses...
These are racing driver excuses.
You are in the wrong career,
what I'm saying
buddy.
is...
There was a misfire there.
Yeah, the team
saying.
have let me down here.
Not what I'm saying.
The car's not fast. We're slow on the streets.
A bad workman blames his S2000.
That isn't what I'm saying. Let me just speak without interrupting for just 30 seconds.
Silence.
All right, go on. 30 seconds.
A car that is already notoriously known for being stiff and therefore losing the arse end of it with an unexperienced driver in the wet is going to probably end up being a little bit silly, which is what happened. But that's the thing, is that's what also I said to Edwin, and this is what kind of annoyed me, is the fact that it wasn't. It would have been almost better if I had been being like on the edge, because then you're like, oh, I lost it on the edge. I was just driving home. Just driving a car.
So you're saying you lost a little bit of confidence in driving it.
Oh, 100%.
And then obviously...
I have no confidence driving it.
Also, you'd been dailing it at the time. So
yeah.
I think when you do drive a car that you really like and you keep driving it, you daily it and you rely on it, you do start to lose something. It loses some of its fizz in its special...
Also, it's not special at all to me right now. It's a car.
But that's what I mean. But I think what you need is to get it back on a nice sunny day, give it a clean. Clean can reset lots of things.
I won't clean
give
it. I don't like cleaning cars.
No, but
get someone else to do it.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if I'm seeing a clean car,
in the act of cleaning it, makes you like it.
Even with the Range Rover, I see it like it gets all muddy. I'm like, I don't like this car. It's boring.
Yeah,
and then I clean it and I go, wow, look at that guy there.
It's the result. It's
look at that guy.
Looking at the clean car and going, yes.
You clean it and then get your exhaust mod. That's what you want to do.
It has to be done.
That's exhaust mod, because that's what you're missing at the moment. Is you're missing that. You're not getting the fizz from it because it doesn't do fizzy things. It hasn't, like, your intake's not that loud. Your exhaust is basically silent. You need something to excite you.
You've gone for the Phantom no bubbles thing that you can get, which is always disappointing. You don't want that. You want some bubbles. You want some fizz.
Don't know what that means, but yeah, that makes sense.
So there you have it. Some declassified documents from the Rogers files.
Long last.
Can't wait for all the comments telling me that I'm an idiot. That's very good.
I think they'll agree with you.
Yeah.
Also, you've all done it.
Exactly.
If you're into cars, you've all done it.
And
to be fair, that's the one thing that I will say.
Ben's back on the offensive. He's going, no, I think they'll like me and my Ben. No, you know what? I hate all of you.
Preempting it. Shut up.
I got abused for it from everyone here. Also, people that I didn't even know knew.
I don't think it's abuse. I call it light-hearted banter.
I call it fog-based japery.
Yeah. A lot of japery for people, and even on stage at the Christmas meet happened.
That wasn't us.
That is an Auto Alex classic. If you put him up on a stage, he's going to go for that throat. He's going to say, "Come up here."
Well, can't do that on a stage.
But that happened. But to be fair, one thing that did surprise me was that the amount of people who have messaged me. To be fair, after that, who were at the event, who messaged me, and also
said, "You idiot."
Yeah, fair. And also a lot of like the guys who work here who said, "I've done it. I spanned this car. I spanned that car."
But that's what we shared with you on the. I believe when we shared it on the podcast, where you wouldn't tell us, we said we've been there.
We've done it.
We've made those mistakes.
Ben, as someone who is an enthusiast of a loose rear end, I can tell you, I've seen more oncoming traffic on roundabouts than most people. It happens.
XP points were just going up.
Yeah, but at least you're doing something interesting.
I was getting the what's it called when you slide through sideways in crash breaker basically into it. That's what I got.
Yeah, so that was good. And then now the decision I have with it is basically it doesn't need a chain. I've been advised it should have a chain and a tensioner, or at least tensioner, but there is actually no rattle if you put oil in it. And
helps.
It sounds fine. I've driven it actually a few hundred miles since, and it was fine. The thing that has put me off is there is I think it's called a collet. Maybe
yes,
it's what
valve
holds your valve in,
yeah.
And on early AP ones like I have, they crack. And
yes.
if they crack big style, then they die and they drop a valve. And
it's also Wayne Rooney's wife.
So, yeah,
it's named after
F20C. Yeah, that's the one.
She developed it.
So there's that one he's doing, but then my other thing is that needs to be done as a preventative thing. But I'm not driving that much over the summer.
Hey, you'll be fine over summer.
This is going to be tough.
Let's keep rolling those dice.
Yeah, it is a risk to take. So but also, you could drive it.
Do the shoulders feel a little bit lighter?
No, not at all. I actually really regret admitting it.
Okay. I think what he's done, he's just put a backpack on full of concrete instead.
Yeah, my neck already feels tighter.
With a little sign on it that says "kick me."
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we? Is that rule or ruin?
Yeah, I don't know.
At the end of that,
it kind of felt like a ruin. I'll be honest.
No, because that was months ago. A rule because I'm getting their styles now.
That's a 3-way rule,
and it will be at Food and Fuel. Along with
stuff.
Your first level dream car and Will's first level dream car.
Brackets.
Yeah.
So shout out. See you at on the 11th at Food and Fuel. Bista Motion. See your creamers there. As always, we like hearing. We had a few at Supercar Driver. Someone said, "Man next to me in the lunch line just leaned over and said, I'm a creamer, by the way." And I watched the guy behind me look quite confused. Yeah. So big shout out to that. See you then. 3 rules all around.
Yeah, that's very good.
What should we get into?
I was about to say, it's quite weird meeting some people who are creamers or they're TDC viewers, and then they happen to own something incredibly cool. We had a guy come over who says, I love the channel. He was, could be, I can't remember. I'm not going to say where he's from. He told me where he came from. Cologne is where he came from.
I'm not going to say where he's from.
No, because I couldn't remember. I don't want to go, it was some Austrian fella or something.
My name is Walter Hardwell.
So he came from Cologne. Specifically for the event, because he was like, "Yeah, I'm just running a there was an Edo competition 911 Cup car." I was like, "Oh, okay."
No, that's quite cool.
No, I watch the channel all the time. I love it. It's amazing.
Same, and a man with a CLK Black Series.
Yeah,
crazy.
What's going on? So we do things. And should we talk about things?
Do we have things to talk about?
We got things, and the things that you've put in. So let's hope that you know them.
Shall we start with you?
Should we start?
Try it. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Let's roll that dice, shall we?
You know what? Ben's in a flippant mood now.
Yeah, okay. Ferrari will retrofit real buttons.
Yes, Ferrari don't have real buttons anymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they'll retrofit new ones for you.
Okay. God.
Now, tell me, will they be sticky?
Well, if they are, we can get
only
them
if left for like 20 years.
So, if you don't know, Ferrari quite literally have a subsection of the market of people that just rebuild the buttons in Ferraris because they have a coating on them that over time goes gooey and sticky. And so there are people out there that just redo the buttons on Ferraris. So is that Ferrari going, by switching over to electronic tablets and things, we're getting rid of our those people.
A bunch of people are just out of business.
They've been living on our bad products. Yeah. Let's get those going again.
Now, Ben.
Makes buttons sticky again.
I'm going to assume you don't know this.
I do.
Okay, please carry on.
What cars?
Yeah.
Right. Ferraris.
12 cylinder. A lot of the current Ferraris have a steering wheel. You don't know.
No way.
No way. That's not possible.
No, I don't. Yeah. Use your feet to steer like a plane. They have a steering wheel which has lots of touch sensitive buttons. The start-stop button is now in the middle of it, and it's just touch sensitive.
Okay.
And people
Wait. Is in to start the car?
in the so imagine a steering wheel.
No, I can't.
Like a 3-spoke steering wheel, the bottom spoke.
Got
Yeah.
it,
Just above that, there's like a thin
it's
strip.
in the middle of the sort of the middle.
We have no TV today, but
it's touch sensitive to start the car.
it's like a screen technically. Yeah.
Like a
and people don't
haptic
like
feedback
that, so
type
they've
That's horrible.
basically just said we will retrofit for you actual buttons. So for I can't remember which ones they are, we can put them on screen.
I'm
Here.
assuming that is a money.
So
You gotta
12.
pay.
So you said like 12 cylinder is definitely one of them.
12 century, whatever the
So
current
newer ones.
was it 296?
Yeah, I think that's
Making them
right.
still. Those ones they're doing.
Amalfi. That maybe probably
Yeah,
not.
it would be the Amalfi. Yeah, because
Okay.
that's the current one.
And then Purasangua.
I think Persang was the first one to have them. I'm just going to pull up the actual article.
Please, after you.
But it must mean enough people are asking for real
Yeah.
buttons for Ferrari to come out and go, actually, we will put buttons back in
Yeah,
there.
like that. I wouldn't expect that of modern Ferrari buyers.
Also, to retrofit it.
Yeah.
It's not like, when the Mark 8 Golf came out and everyone went, what are you doing? And they went, we'll just facelift it.
Yeah. Oops.
And then they sort of fix it on the facelift. They haven't done that with these Ferraris. They've gone, oh, actually, we kind of messed up so bad, or we've got enough demand from this. We go, well, we'll just retrofit it.
We're gonna send a man to rebuild you some buttons in the factory. He's been taken off bad styling and he's been put on buttons.
Like old Ferrari owners going, does this mean us too? Do we get new buttons as well?
Through Ferrari 360 owners. So get a new one.
I'll show you. Obviously, I'll show you just so you have context.
Yes, please.
That's the start button now.
That's horrible.
You see that there, where it's like a little screen.
Like a ThinkPad.
Wow, yeah, he's got a little button in the middle of that one.
What it will go to is this, which has actual normal buttons where you'd expect them to be, where your thumbs are, and
like
then it has a start-stop button, and on the right it has
Like a 458.
Yeah, it looks like a Ferrari. Imagine a Ferrari.
Okay.
But definitely better. And I think it's nice they're actually listening to people, and it's not just.
But I wonder where
this
that
is what it is.
I wonder where that feedback comes from. Whether it's from actual buyers or if it's from dealers saying, "No, this person didn't keeps asking me if they can spec it with an actual button," because that's part of the fanfare. Like even in your S2000, that has you put the key in the ignition, you turn the ignition on, but the last step to turn the starter over is a red button on the dash.
Yeah, and it goes every time.
You or the car?
The car always starts very slowly.
But there's a sense of occasion to it. If you're like, ooh. If you're buying a Ferrari, you want that. Like you said, we were looking at Aventadors around Supercar Driver. The flick up, the little, even though it's like plastic, it's not very
Fighter
nice.
Pilot-esque.
You flick a red switch up and you click a button.
Give me a little bit of theatre. Just a little bit of theatre, please. Please, can we get a bit of pantomime going?
He's behind you.
Ben, more news from you. I'm afraid there are 3 newses in a row from you, so I'm going to need you to be on the ball.
Easy.
Koenigsegg are now a $1 billion company.
Yeah,
Can you
I saw
explain that?
So there's a Koenigsegg might be going public.
Wow.
So
you can buy pieces of it?
Explain.
So they will be going public as a publicly traded company on the stock market.
Right. So
they are doing an IPO, which is an initial public offering, which basically say this company is worth this much, get it while you can. Basically, it's a step right up, come get a piece of Koenigsegg.
So up until that point, Koenigsegg has been completely privately owned.
Just one man.
By Christian himself. It's now being floated publicly as a business that you can buy shares of and stocks of.
So it's interesting because Koenigsegg being $1 billion is kind of a crazy number. Now, I'm not a finance expert, I don't know, but it feels, I looked up other car makers that are worth about $1 billion, and I'll find it now.
Okay. How much of it are you buying, Ben?
How much am I buying?
95, or are you going to buy the whole thing?
How much are you owed once, other people start buying?
Well,
yeah, because you were already in there, obviously.
Of course, yeah. I mean, Mr. CVK himself.
Yeah, that's
I can tell by the hair.
BVK.
So they've already sold a 6% stake in it last year for 58 million, which puts the value about $1 billion.
Yeah. Okay.
So they haven't. This isn't official. They haven't announced it is going public. But if it goes public at $1 billion, that means that it is worth more than some car manufacturers.
Who are these?
I'm going to assume some of the real big ones are worth many billions.
Yeah, I was going to say, I reckon
a BMW or an Audi must be,
100 trillion skrillions. I reckon it's the small ones.
I reckon there's some small car companies.
I reckon TVR's got to be about $1 billion.
So number one.
Meanwhile, the man buying TVR,
I'll
give you half a Coke, and I've got 40 quid in the car
we've
cash.
Got an old factory.
Number one, who is it?
Roll.
Is it Rolls-Royce?
No, who is it? The car
Bentley.
manufacturer that is the most valuable on Earth.
On Tesla?
Yeah, what is it?
600
100 billion.
1 trillion.
Of course.
They're a trillion. Yeah, because they're a technology company. Not
That's less in pounds, isn't
Then
it?
you've got Toyota at 205 billion. You've got BYD at 107. Xiaomi at 80 billion, which I think make phones. So that's odd.
Yeah. They also make a car.
Hyundai 65 billion. General Motors 53 billion. You get the point.
Talk to me about the range that we're looking
So
at.
we're going down to BMW of 41 billion, Volkswagen. But these are making, we're making millions of cars.
Billions in some cases.
I don't know.
Not true. that is, you've heard it here first.
We're looking at car brands like Polestar.
Okay.
You see a lot of Polestars everywhere. 1.15 billion currently.
All right.
Mitsubishi is worth 2.
What? I would have expected. I guess they're not doing anything at the moment.
Lotus, 620 million. Aston Martin, 370 million.
Wow.
These are
Really? Ben, surely-
obviously it's volatile, so it could change overnight.
Ben,
These aren't.
can you just buy Aston Martin so we can just start getting cool stuff again?
Sorry, Aston Martin is 370 million.
That feels like a great deal.
This
That's a
I
bargain.
advise all the billionaire creamers listening, go get yourself an Aston Martin.
Get yourself, you could buy 5.
that also
Matt's
it's-
not adding up.
Do you know what? From 2019 to now, it's a tough graph to look at.
What's that?
I'll show you.
Oh,
okay.
It's just going. Imagine a staircase going to the right, just going down.
Yeah. But you're sort of progressively falling down.
Yeah, it went from 4 billion top valuation down to what it is now. I don't know anything about the finance of it.
We are not financial advices. That's exactly.
Don't buy Koenigsegg.
Don't buy us. No, we're not
I kind of
financial
want a
advice.
piece of Koenigsegg. Does that mean that means I can do that?
Yeah, you can buy. Yeah.
You could have like a share.
You can become
How
a
much?
shareholder.
How much?
I don't know how much a share would be.
Okay.
Depends how many
I might
shares
look
they
into
issue.
that. I just want that, and then I can go, come on.
Mate.
Where's my piece of the pie?
You can call up
Where's
Christian
my
and go,
Regera?
Christian, as a shareholder, I can't say I'm that happy with the products at the moment. I think we could look to do it. And he'll say, how much do you own? You go, about 11 quid.
Yeah. So, and I do own a fair bit of the company, and I haven't received my car yet. So, and I heard there's like a bonus scheme here.
I'll just take a CCX. Don't worry about it.
So basically, the current process, it's rumours. I'll be honest with you. It's
Hearsay.
not official news, but they have said that they've had people, they've been like bankers going to there to like evaluate that sort of thing. But considering they make, I don't know how many, it's like 30 cars a year or something, and like Aston Martin are pumping out cars.
At least 31.
Also, they got James Bond on board.
Yeah.
Yeah, he works there as an advisor, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, no, he's got to do. Yeah. Ben, you are a billionaire. Of course.
Yep,
This is, I'm not doing like this isn't some sort of
Why are we just making statements?
put
on the
yourself
podcast?
in a place. I'm just saying, what car brand do you try and buy your way into to get yourself on the board? Well, obviously you'd be on the board, but you know what I mean? Try to get yourself making decisions and that
I
sort of thing.
own it, but I'm not on the board.
Yeah. No.
How much can I buy? A 51% share. So
It's up-
I've
it's up
got
to you
controlling majority. Okay.
Where are you putting your money?
Do you know what? I'm looking at the list now. I'm going to go, I could do a Porsche.
So but Porsche there's going to be lots of other people you're going to have to bash heads with. Whereas if you get in with Koenigsegg on a real big investment level, it could be you and CVK against the world building gearboxes out of cheese and stuff. It's like crazy stuff, right?
Koenigsegg could be a good one. Aston Martin, to be fair, after knowing how much it's worth.
Yeah.
Because also, they're making some cool stuff.
This is what I'm saying.
And for just £620 million, you can own it.
Why is it doubled? You said it was 375 a minute ago. I don't trust you at all as my financial
I'll tell you
advisor.
what, their stock has just gone through the roof.
It's just doubled on the podcast.
Whoever just invested on the podcast, just 2x their investment. Sorry, 370. That's you know.
So half of that is
Will-
a piece of pie.
Who would you invest in to try and get yourself like?
I don't. Lamborghini, I'd have another go at.
Okay.
I'll get in there and start. Can you just start?
Mate, can we go again?
Can we start making them again, please? Like
But you're basically going in there and they're going, right, so this is our cutting edge R&D department, and you go, shut it down.
shut it down. Get Valentino Balboni in.
We don't want any of that. So
we want to work on like a farm,
so
preferably.
So you see like these exhausts that you're all developing, put it in the bin. I just want, what I would like is a pipe that exits the car.
And then if you could make as many flames as physically possible.
This is
Sir, there's regulations to I do
No.
not care.
I've brought in a new development team. They're called Gin Tarney. They're going to help you with the
Jim Tarney will join you in
That
the
would be
exhaust department.
Just for context, Lamborghini is part of VW, so and it's
Yep.
I believe it's not publicly listed.
I'm not sure.
I don't think, but a brief research says that as of 2023, it was 21.7 billion.
So you're
That's a
buying
lot.
into that?
So I'm a way off.
So you got to raise over 11 billion roughly.
to try and get your foot in the door.
I'll do that.
Finance deal.
Couple.
Yes,
Well,
I reckon a good balloon payment and a solid sort of 27 years.
Once the Range Rover's fixed, you stick that for sale and you got some equity.
That should get me at least, probably not even 1%.
Edwin, talk to me.
Crazy.
What are you?
What I'm going to do, I'm going to go into like SsangYong.
SsangYong?
Yeah. And then I'm just going to bankrupt the company. I'm going to pull my investment and just see if I can close the company down.
That's what I want to do.
Just for the love of the game.
I want to do that with LinkedIn. That's what I want to do.
Just try and get rid of it.
Generational run.
Just literally buy it and just
shutter it immediately.
So you want to kill a company?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm going for.
But would you shut it like? Would you get in and they go, wow, what is this guy going to say? And you just shut it down.
You're fired.
Or are you just going to start making dreadful decisions?
I think they've done that already.
I think you could
my
say
real
that.
answer is Pagani. Horatio, surely I can get with Horatio and go, Horatio, what you're doing with the place, I love it.
I love what you've done with the place.
I go, all I would like is a car. And he goes, I think you could have probably made less of an investment. I could have still built you one.
Yeah, but at least then...
Do you know what I'm doing? Here's what I'm doing. This is perfect. I'm buying into Pagani and I'm saying to Horatio, no more converting old Zondas into new ones.
And he'll go, absolutely not, you're out.
Yeah. I'll go, Horatio,
Also,
we need to stop building the Zonda, mate. We need to move on. He goes, he's not possible.
He owns 70%.
Horatio?
Who's got 30?
Who's got 30?
You don't know.
A
company.
A hedge fund. Big boys.
Is it
Wow.
Ben Rogers Holdings?
It's probably somewhere
Hedges
down
are
the back of my
hedges, isn't
sofa. Maybe. I don't know the paperwork for it. They have it's not public again, an estimation of about 400 million.
Oh, there you go. We're buying in there.
But then if...
You know what? C.R.E.A.M will get some money together. You know, we'll see if we can buy into Pagani and then we'll crowdfund for all the creamers a Pagani to drive around.
But Pagani, I believe to be more exclusive than Koenigsegg.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. I think
actually they do make less. They have a more like a limited run automobile.
Yeah,
and they resell for more.
They only make one. It's called the Zonda.
Yeah, there
still
you go.
no new cars.
And then you just keep taking
so
it
that's
back.
coming
and
up
another
on,
one.
It's not even half of Koenigsegg.
No.
So Koenigsegg is
it's bread. So that's your financial advice for the week. Buy Koenigsegg outright,
guys.
Yeah,
We're
all of it.
Guys, we're going to short Koenigsegg.
It's going to be.
Don't say that.
Sorry. In my opinion.
It should have been
good job.
20 years time, people are going to say, should have bought Koenigsegg, shouldn't I?
Should have listened to Ben.
Should have bought
Koenigsegg coin.
Koenigsegg coin.
Yeah,
Exactly.
look, I wonder what that
CV coin.
I wonder what that Ben guy from that podcast is doing, and it's just Ben homeless.
It's just me on a yacht.
Koenigsegg.
Wow.
Very nice. Someone's going to make that.
I can't wait for a pump and dump scheme on that one.
And then also the coin.
This is not financial advice, is it?
No,
it's not.
I think you have advised people.
No, it's not financial advice.
I think they're coming for you, Ben.
Good luck in prison, Belfort. So last year, I checked one of those sites that tells you if your email has been caught up in a data breach. And sure enough, my password was just floating around somewhere on the dark web. That means someone could potentially get access to my emails, my banking, and loads of other personal stuff.
That's exactly why browsing without protection is not the best idea. With today's sponsor, NordVPN, you get something called Dark Web Monitor, which constantly scans the dark web forums and marketplaces looking for leaked login details linked to your email. If anything shows up, it alerts you so that you can rescue those accounts straight away.
And of course, it encrypts your internet traffic too, which basically scrambles your data so that no one else can see what you are doing online. It also helps hide your identity, which is particularly handy if you're on public Wi-Fi when you're out and about.
Another little trick people don't always realize, you can also sometimes use it to find cheaper flights or deals online, because prices can actually change depending on whereabouts it looks like you're browsing from.
So if you want to stay protected online, make sure that you head to nordvpn.com/creampod. You'll get a huge discount on a 2-year plan, plus you will also get 4 months completely free.
And there is a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it out completely risk-free.
That is nordvpn.com/creampod, or you can just click the link in the description. Next piece of news from you, Benjamin.
Yeah.
I hope you're prepared for this one also. AC Schnitzer is dead.
That's sad.
I don't know about this.
Now,
I thought you'd find this interesting.
Can I say something? I thought they already were dead.
Well, yeah, they don't
Because
do
where
much
they've
anymore.
been.
They've been pretty quiet recently. Do you know what? I think the evolution of words are failing me right now.
Cars?
No, the modification scene has killed off tuners. Think like when you're in the 80s, in the 90s, you remember it well.
I was going to say, because you said it was killed off tuners. And I thought absolutely nothing to do with the tuner population.
How will this affect the tuner population? If you wanted to modify your car, you had to go. There was no Chinese supplier. There was no Alibaba. There was no Instagram for me to go and scroll reels and go, well, that one looks good. That one looks nice. There was just tuning firms or dealers that supported aftermarket parts. it was much harder. So you would go for the well-known name brands, the AC Schnitzer body kit, the Alpina, all that sort of the AMG. Whereas now, when I can go on TikTok shop and find a splitter for my Golf Mark 7, it robs away from that AC Schnitzer being special or being worthwhile, because it cost me £11 because I know nothing about cars and my taste is horrible.
Same.
I go, that'll be fine. Whereas AC Schnitzer goes, no, it's like £400 because it's been developed properly and it's at XYZ. No one cares. No one wants it.
That's like because it's what you could only really get in like a let's say like a Halfords or whatever shop you had before. There was a shop that sold those bits, but now they are unbelievably sort of accessible all over the place.
Yeah,
I think that I think it's just a lot of those companies have kind of just been replaced by other, but like you have like your Brabuses and Mansories and whatever else there, but it feels like the sort of lower end stuff has lost.
I do think sometimes they have like failed to adapt, if that makes sense. They're still a little bit stuffy. It's still a little bit like every 3 years you see they have some ridiculous build that's like AC Schnitzer has built a 900 horsepower horse, and you go, Christ, that's crazy.
How have you done that?
That is making a lot of power. But then you forget about that afterwards. Yeah. Whereas before it was, here's a kit for every car. Yeah. There's a kit for this, there's a kit for this.
Because I feel like Alpina kind of roughly went through a phase where, because Alpina to me kind of fell into a similar sort of category as that, where it was like, they're just going to get a bit dry and a bit old. Yeah. Because really what they do, well, how different is it to what they used to do?
No, it's the same.
Have a little front lip, stripe up the side, green and brown, out you go, mate. And also, we've removed all the options, and off you go.
And then every now and then, we'll develop some sort of ridiculous single turbo system that doesn't exist on a twin turbo car. I don't know. Anyway, have fun.
But then now it's like it's kind of cool and suave, and now BMW actually own it and that kind of thing. So it feels like it's a bit. It's almost luck of the draw whether you sort of live or die.
Yeah, it is, and it's sad because there are some incredibly cool AC Schnitzer parts and cars. I've seen a lot of people in my circles of BMW people going, those mirrors, they're not £600 anymore. They're $2,000 because AC Schnitzer is now dead, and they can go, can't ever exist again.
Yeah. So AC Schnitzer, like growing up, that was like 46 M3s, because that was when I was growing up. That was like the new M3, wheels. And seeing I would see a Schnitzer equipped E46 M3, normally a cab, and you see the exhausts, like the turbo almost spec exhaust, and you see the badge and the wheels and the kit. And I was never that keen on it, but it was like, you know what, it's a bit different. No one was doing like CSL stuff then. Yeah. They were slapping Hartger stuff on and AC Schnitzer stuff on and those kind of bits.
My mate's dad bought a full, I think there's a photo of them somewhere, a full AC Schnitzer kitted 6 Series. I can't remember if it was a Vert or a saloon, Vert or a coupe. And it was the orange with the black stripe up the middle. Yeah. Like wild out there. And it was one of the first times I ever looked at a car as a child and went, I don't like that.
This is not good.
That's too much for me. Yeah. But it was cool. Yeah. I was like, look at all these parts that are just on this car for no reason. But anyway, sad. Pour one out for your fallen homeboy.
I feel like that was a golden era of tuning and modifying, I think.
Sad.
Next up is I've put in here Clarkson T50.
That is Jeremy Clarkson.
There's Jeremy Clarkson's.
Yeah.
And the Gordon Murray T50. And also, in this little trifecta, is Harry Metcalf. If you don't know, Harry Metcalf, who started Evo magazine, sold it. He's also a farmer, also makes very good YouTube videos on YouTube.
Very fun fact for us in there.
There you go. Yeah, and his name's Harry. And
last name unknown.
And he basically got a Gordon Murray T50 recently as like a bit of a sort of press car type thing. Very, very cool. It was a good video. But I watched it and he went and saw Clarkson with it because they're somewhat local. Clarkson, not impressed.
No.
By a T50, but it made me think. No, not at all.
He hated the F1 when it came out. He famously said that it was not very good.
He said it was very soft and it was a bit skittish and a bit odd, even though at the time I think it was Tiff Needell.
Tiff Needell
said it was the best thing that's ever existed, basically. Basically saying that Clarkson because he couldn't drive, couldn't drive as well as he could, that he couldn't really sort of understand it. But Harry Metcalf took Clarkson out in this, and not only is it quite funny, it's odd seeing Clarkson in that position. You normally see him, he's the big guy, he's the main one. Obviously, he's not afraid of making a fool of himself, but he's sort of just a passenger. Also, with Harry Metcalf in the car.
I've always thought this about the McLaren F1. Any other car, a passenger, you sit next to the driver. Yeah, you're on equal terms. But the F1 and the T50, is 3 seats. The side seats, the passengers are back set. You're maybe a foot or a foot and a half behind the driver, so you cannot look anything other than a child. You look like a child being taken for a ride.
Yeah, exactly. It's backseat the convertible vibe. There's something weird there, but it made me think because I watched the video and I came out at the end of it. I was like, I don't care about the T50. And I don't know what it is because everything adds up. We've got Cosworth V12. It revs to 37 million RPM. It's got the seat in the middle. It's like the advanced McLaren F1, but there's something. And I think it's because, like, obviously, Gordon Murray said there are things he would have perfected on the F1. But I wonder if he had perfected them, would it have been worse?
Yeah, no, I think so.
It would have been a better car. It might have been faster. It would have handled better. It would have been better for everyday use. But is the little foibles that you didn't get to perfect make it the car that it is so famous for?
I said it when we drove the Tuscan before. Yeah. I hate this notion that cars are good because they're shit. It's like, oh, my Defender's so good because look how bumpy it is. That's not good. That's not a good thing. But every time I drive this, all of the things that make it stupid and not good make me love it more. So I can understand it a bit. Like I agree. I think there are some things that are better when they're worse, which makes no sense.
I don't know what it is. Like, again, the noise, undoubtedly, it sounds amazing. If you hear one in person, it does sound incredible. But there's something about it. I mean, look, if you want us to drive it, I'm willing to be proved wrong. But there's something about it that I don't envy someone else who's sort of driving it. Early on, when I heard the noise of it and I saw someone driving it, I thought I'd love to see that. But the more and more I see it now, I don't know why. There's something really clinical about it.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It's like a lab-produced supercar.
It's too good.
Yeah,
it's like the 19. Everyone said over the LaFerrari and the P1. They say it's so good. It's not good.
Yeah, that's why I think is like the F1. That I bet you at the time the F1 came out, it was similar. Where it was probably in comparison to an XJ220, it was like, it's kind of lacking something.
Yeah.
But over time, it's now become perfect. So maybe over time, it will become that, oh, no, actually, maybe it was quite good compared to the supercars of 2030 when the X-Strong Beeve comes out and we go, mate, that is
horsepower.
Doing crazy numbers, isn't it?
Did you want hover? Oh,
yeah.
I think that is the fan on that GMA. I cannot see past it.
I agree.
I don't mind the way it looks, and it's smoother and probably maybe technically better looking than an F1. But the fan on the back,
I can't do the fan
because I just don't understand why it's there. Like this is a road car. Yeah. It is a road car. I can understand maybe you test that on like the track car or a race car or whatever, but it's meant to be a road car. It's not going after any records or anything like that. So why put the fan on it? I know like maybe it links to some of the stuff he's done before and whatever else, but the fan just makes it look a bit silly.
Yeah, having it on the S, completely fine. I get it. It's a car that's supposed to go on track. Brake record's fine. But yeah, it just looks clunky. It makes the rear look... like, I don't want to say... It's not in the same leagues, but it's like when you see an F1 rain light. Yeah. And you go, man, we're on the road.
But also, it doesn't feel... Even though it's quite silly, it doesn't feel... It feels silly in a clinical way. It's not like you see like cars from the 80s or 70s, 80s, 90s, where you go, oh, they stuck 4 turbos on that for no reason. It's not like, we just stick a fan on it and see what happens. It was like, it's been deliberated for too long.
Yeah.
It's been tested and it's like, no, this is perfect. This is exactly how we imagined it. I don't know what it is. Maybe so other people will know, and I'm possibly being a bit of a Philistine with it, but there's something about the T50 that's missing. And I didn't quite realize it. And then when I saw sort of Clarkson in it, who's always been kind of really critical of stuff anyway, especially stuff that actual car guys like. But he got in it. He was like, "Why does it take that long to start? Why does it? Why is it doing all these things?" I was like, there's something missing on that car.
We're happy to be proved wrong.
I'm more than happy. Gordon,
we'll have a test.
Gordon,
we'll have a
drive. We'll have a look.
We'll certainly have a look.
Of course, we'll have a look.
I imagine in person, it's probably something where you go, do you know what? If you feel it in person and you're in the car, even if you're not driving, you would certainly feel more.
Begin to believe. He's starting to believe.
But there's something. I'm missing something.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
I'm more excited about the T33. I really like the look. I like the look of it. I actually prefer the 2-seat thing, the normal seat. But we'll have to drive that.
The S1, the LM,
the S1 LM.
That I feel, because again, it looks like that is like the resto mod thing we were talking about, where that looks like you've taken an F1, you haven't modified too much, you've just made it a little bit more modern. a little bit. That is just right.
So we'll have to try all of them and the F1, obviously, so we can.
Or should we get one each?
Test. We'll do a triple test.
I'll have a T33.
Sure.
Who wants a T50?
I'll take an F1.
Oh, you want F1 as well?
Yeah, I'll just try.
Well, we need another person.
No, then Will's got the T50.
Oh, you don't want the S1?
No, I'm not coming.
Who's having the S1?
I'm not coming.
Okay.
You can have
You can have the S1. You can have the T33. I'll have the T50.
All right. Sounds like a good deal.
I'll just do passenger. I'll film. Yeah. Adverts we have next. Now, I went to the cinema recently to watch a film.
What film?
It was the Peaky Blinders film.
Did you wear your flat cap?
Good cars in there.
No, there's some great cars.
A couple of Wolsleys.
Oh, yeah, there is, yeah. Some sort of rubble-bound Wolsleys. But there was an advert beforehand that I hadn't actually seen anywhere else. I think I've seen it a few times on YouTube now. And it's a Polestar advert. And it made me angry.
Why is that?
It just made me angry because it's silly.
Have you seen
know how there's I think it's the Sauvage advert, the Dior one that's got Johnny Depp waltzing through the desert.
Well, that to be fair, that is a classic perfume advert.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. But it's silly though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, of course.
It's very silly. But this felt like that. Bearing in mind, it's Polestar. Maybe they're good cars. I'm sure they are.
Similar amount to Koenigsegg, I've heard.
But there's something now. Someone correct me. This is not word for word, but there's something. The beginning line is basically, "I've never seen anything like it. It's not from this planet." What are you talking about? The Polestar looks like every other car on the road now. Originally, I don't think Polestars looked that bad. It was like, oh, look at this interesting looking thing. Now, Polestar, same thing as a Kia or whatever washing machine looking ass there is on the road.
I've got the transcript here. It's, tell us what you saw. And then some music and some flashing past. And then it went by so fast. I didn't know what it was. And then what else we got?
You're admitting to bad brand recognition there?
I'd never seen anything like it before.
And actually, I can't say
I've never seen anything move like that before.
No, but you have.
Yeah.
You just have.
Me when
I've seen a Polestar on the road, I didn't veer into the hedge and go, Jesus! Is that a UFO? Is that an alien piloted craft there? But don't do that, because the adverts are bad. All car adverts are bad. We'll get onto the Edwin's got one to talk about as well, which is equally as poo. But car adverts are just poo. They're crap and shit. And that is why cars are boring.
But that we found out from Al Clark,
it's not why cars are boring,
is that they're not allowed to do anything anymore.
Yeah.
They cannot slide a car. They cannot go fast.
There's Polestar flying down the road at Mach piss. And we're saying that it's like some sort of alien spacecraft. Surely you can come up with something a bit better than that.
The most crazy thing they
firing
did
out of a plane.
The most crazy thing they did was remove a rear window from a car and replace it with a piece of metal, and it looks like they forgot to put a window in.
And they were like, put a camera on that so they can see it.
I looked at it, I went,
never seen anything like it.
I've never seen.
Bit odd, really.
Do you know why?
Nothing's moved like that.
They cannot see out the rear.
I've never
seen anything like it.
So yeah, that advert, I just saw it. I thought, I just hate car adverts now. Nothing, and it just made me angry. Maybe someone will say, well, you're talking about it. Shut up.
We've just sold 100,000 Polestars by talking about it on the podcast.
We'll go, oh, well, what a shit advert. I reckon I'll buy one.
The one I saw is the Range Rover Sport one with, the name of the man.
Theo
Pafitas.
Theo James, I think his name is.
The guy from The Gentleman?
The guy from The Gentleman.
Bond, really.
Now, I assume it's some form of link because The Gentleman, they drive around in Land Rover products.
He's got,
but it's an ad for a blue Range Rover Sport.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I couldn't tell you a single thing they said, but everything they said was ridiculous. It's him driving around a posh palace, and there's a woman, and then there's a dog, and then there's a chessboard that's giant, and then he drives up some stairs, and then he gets out of the car and he chucks the ball to the dog and goes, good boy. What are you talking about? What is going on? Nothing about this is about the car.
Yeah.
None of this makes me feel anything towards the car. I'm confused and angry.
Also, if you've got that much land to keep up with, make nice, why would you then drive your Range Rover in what looks like quite cloudy weather, just in the mud, ruining your lawn, probably almost hitting your dog and your maid, and then drive up the stairs to your palace?
Wait, was looking out the window going,
what the hell is he doing?
And then he cuts him inside going, and that's it.
They go, where are you looking? You're smouldering at the camera, and someone goes, where are you looking? Who are you looking at?
Yeah,
there's no one there.
Yeah. Also, it's a bad spec as well.
Yeah, with our 51% stakes in the car companies we choose to purchase, we will be the marketing department gone.
They're gone.
Gone. And it will be replaced by explosions, planes,
People doing skids.
people doing skids, people doing. And when the ASA or whatever they're called say you can't do that, you get stick that, because what are you going to do? Take it down? It's on the TV already, idiot.
And they go,
this isn't how ads will do work.
And they go, I don't think you understand how this process works.
I'd just put it on YouTube then. And then they'd say, take it down. I'd go, no. And then YouTube would take it down. And then I'd re-upload it via a collection of minions.
Yeah.
And
they go, they can't take that down because it's not mine. I didn't upload it.
You do it through a USB, maybe like from like Gabon, callback there.
Yeah.
Where they're like, you have no authority here.
Yeah, you can't. You have, you have no power here. This is it. So car companies, give us a bell. Yeah. You can literally wipe out the entire marketing company, and we'll just do it.
Yeah. Also, any car manufacturers that want us to make you an advert, we will do it.
Yeah, we know Al Clark, and he'll tell us we're idiots.
And we'll do it. We'll do it in a better fashion.
I'll do it better.
Yeah. we are like when you lowball someone on Facebook so that your mate can go in a little bit higher.
Yeah.
And get it done. Get the deal done. That's what we do. Yeah. We come in, propose a horrible idea, and then Al Clark goes in and goes, how about this instead?
Yeah.
And they go, bloody hell, that's a great idea, Al.
Yeah. And then they hear our idea and go, do you know what?
Hold on, these guys might be on something.
Do you know what? Firing the Polestar out of a cannon does sound interesting.
I've never seen anything like it before. What we got next?
What do we have next?
What's there?
Yeah.
What's in there?
Just made me angry, didn't it? Edwin. A surprise. I knew it.
Okay. Before this podcast started, I read back the notes. We've said, we've done this multiple times. We put something in the chat. You go back to it a week later, you've got no idea what you've written. Mainly me.
Although this was possibly 36 hours after you put it in there.
Yeah.
So Edwin's brain's a bit,
It's on, on the ropes.
It's tough at times.
So I put in there a surprise. I knew it. Because we were discussing something the other day and we said, I've got a secret video. Ben, can you block out this day or a time in on a month? I've got a secret video I want to do. And then Will said, I've got a secret video I want to do. And I immediately said, I know what this is going to be. I remember now.
You do remember now.
I do remember. And it's linked to the date. Will and I have known each other for 10 years now.
Aha.
They had this really weird moment before the podcast went, when did we meet? Oh, I think it was August. Oh, no, I think it was June.
I don't think I said it like that at all.
Hold on. Because you then went, we've known each other for 5 years now. Yeah, so don't even try. Yeah.
You said, when we're in Monterey this year, we're going to know each other for 10 years.
We're going to have an anniversary dinner.
Yeah, we are. With Ben as our child.
I'm going to get a babysitter so I'll stay at home. And you're
going to be in the high chair.
No.
Oh, well, I can just scream and throw things around. Fine.
No different than usual.
Yeah,
so I said, I bet you I know what your video idea is. I bet you it's the same as mine. And Will was like, no, there's no way. So we're going back and forth on it for quite some time. I said, hold on, would this make sense if we each write down what our idea is and we show it to Rory? Because Ben's kind of involved.
Yeah, why can't I know about this?
You can't.
Obviously, because you're
part
involved.
of it.
You're not
But
involved
you're
in
involved in it and you know about it.
Because I came up with the idea. I can't say to myself and go, right, wipe that out. You're part of this. You can't know about this.
It's a surprise, idiot.
When is this happening?
Forget everything you know.
I want to know now because
you will find out when you find out.
When is it happening?
It's a surprise.
What it is it's going to be very hard to pull off. So hard, in fact, that we can't. Why is that then? Why is that funny then? Is that something funny then?
Oh.
Great.
It's getting late, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not. It may never happen. But we showed our phones to Rory, and Rory went, "Yes, you've written the same idea down."
Some slight differences, but the core is there.
We've talked about it before. It's something. It's doing something for one another. But we can't say what it is. But we thought, what do the creamers think it is?
Yeah,
a video idea that I'm putting together for Will mainly, and Will is putting together for me mainly. But it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. We know what it is.
We know what it is.
We can't say what it is. And there are little minor differences in it.
I thought I knew
Edwin's
what it was
is more fleshed out
until
than
you
mine.
refused to tell me. And then now I don't understand. I thought what I thought it was going to be was I thought it would be you guys, like you've organised the big M for Will to drive and he's organised the big 550 for you to drive. Well, you did that.
But we did that. So it's not that. So no, we're not going to confirm or deny anything.
Yeah.
But we just thought, because Will and I know each other well enough that we're like, right, we know what that's going to be. But Ben's actually just staring at the ceiling.
Are you firing me?
Yep.
What you think that's our dream video to make. And we're not surprising you, we're surprising each other with
the
it.
title. No, I fired Ben. Oh, well, I fired Ben.
Why is Ben not on the shoot? Well, because I fired him.
Oh, no, you shouldn't have.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, you. Stop it.
It's releasing Ben to freedom.
It's releasing Ben to the roads of Reading.
Putting him into the wild. It's like getting a bunny and just putting it in the woods. And then, do you do that?
You'd run back in. You'd run back into the cage.
Yeah. I'm was it
Stockholm Syndrome?
Captivity, where it is?
Sure, that's the word. Yeah. This is a zoo and you're all here to watch Ben. So yeah, let us know in the comments what you think the video idea is. We will never tell you. We
won't ever confirm
until it happens.
Interested to know what you all think. Well, that's the problem. Here is the problem. It's very difficult.
But why is it difficult?
It's difficult, and number two, it's very difficult.
Because this is the thing, right? Is that I'm less bothered about specifically what it is. Just the fact that I don't know.
Oh, don't worry about it then, mate. You're fine.
The fact that you two know and I don't, I feel it's the same with the S2000.
I think you could get it quite easily.
Yes, you could.
If you really put
and also the video idea, I reckon,
because you know us well enough.
Yeah.
And you also know the videos we've already made, because I think you edited some of them.
Ben's going, what about if we buy a cheap Jag XFR? That could be interesting.
I'm going to surprise Edwin with an E55 with slightly rusty subframe.
Okay, so if it's similar to what we've done before,
you're thinking. You need to think.
Ben, you just said that.
How about this? Think outside the box.
Here's what we're going to do. Around it. Ben, here's what we're going to do. Every week, you're going to give us one thought of what you think the video is. You get one guess,
and if I get it right, you tell me.
And if you get it perfectly correct, we will tell you.
It doesn't get one this week.
No,
I have one this week.
All right, fine.
I think you're going.
Do we confirm it?
If he gets it on this one, no.
Okay. We'll confirm it next week if you get it right this week. Retention and what such.
I think you are going to
the moon.
You're going to.
I love that.
I don't know.
No, okay, right then. You know what? Come back next week.
You're gonna. I don't know. Okay. I actually don't know what it is because I can't work it out.
Perfect.
Because I can guess, but I can't work out how it involves me and why I can't know about it.
Exactly.
That's the thing that is baffling me.
Now that's mainly mine, not Will's. But don't worry about it.
You're not there for mine.
And you said it to me the other day, and that makes it even weirder because then I'm like, well, surely I'm just going to film it, so I should know what it is.
No, you're not filming this one.
But why am I not filming?
This one will. For me, there'll be another videographer there.
You'll be in the chair in the corner, that's why.
Oh, where? Oh, no.
Why would there be no videographer there? So I am being fired.
You're training the new guy.
Yeah. Oh,
okay, so have a think, make it suspenseful, and then, let us know.
Write it down. Next up from you, Edwin, red seat wrong-uns.
Well. Now, it's been a little time now.
Yeah.
As always, C.R.E.A.M, you heard it here third. It's a little while after the fact, but we released our BMW M140i episode, our final episode. We finished the car. We sent it off for raffle at LLF. So one of you has won that car now. If hopefully a creamer has won it.
Hopefully,
the car is done. It's all ready. In that last episode, we removed the red interior. For those of you that don't know, this car had an Estoril blue, like a bright. Imagine this green but blue, like a really quite vivid. Look, I'm trying to say the shade, Ben.
All the listeners, okay,
yeah, audio listeners. It's a tough one. Be honest. It's bright metallic blue with a red interior. Now, we were
also bright red interior, not burgundy.
No,
we're talking
red, like Motul red that you can see over Ben's shoulder. We thought you were grown up. We thought we were past this. And yet, the majority of the comments were, I actually thought the red interior was really nice.
Red is
why did you take the red out?
Saying it's classy.
What are you talking about? What's going on? And a load of people going, that black interior is boring. Sorry, do you want it to be made out of live snakes to keep you awake? What are you talking about?
It'd be much more exciting if it was green.
It's so classy.
And I read the comments and I kept reading more and I kept reading more. And there were more. I thought,
thousands.
Am I an idiot? And I went back and I looked at it. And I looked at other cars that might have had that combo, and I was like, none of these look good.
It's horrible.
All of them look better with a different combination, whether that's black, whether that's like a white or a cream or a beige or whatever it is. You know what? I'd rather have grey.
Oh,
fair.
Yeah, actually, same.
Also,
and look, I am a red seat hater, but I will admit that it can work. It's not my taste, but it can work if the exterior paint is there, a black, a grey, a white. That can work.
That's fair.
Sometimes. A sort of, not really a colour, basically.
A shade.
So you get a nice little bit of contrast. And preferably the red is darker, but whatever. But a blue.
Bright
red.
Blue.
to claim that it's classy.
Yeah.
There's nothing more classy than having a black something. Do you know what I mean? Like a black tie event.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben is getting so angry, he's just whacking his mic. Sorry
a black
about that.
tie event is classy. And what does everyone wear? Black ties.
This is the blue over red tie event.
Yeah.
Well,
Clark
turning up
Kent
as the
arriving.
Joker.
You're gonna wear leopard print pink slippers to your grandmother's funeral. Do you know what I mean?
That does
That's
sound
not
quite
classy.
Yeah, you don't know my grandma. She would love that.
But what I'm saying is, you can't just mix colours and make it and say that's classy.
You can't. Famously, you cannot mix colours.
What does blue and red make?
Green?
Purple?
No, they're both prime numbers. Colours.
Blue and red must
What does
never
blue
be
and
said.
red make?
I think it's yellow, it's green.
Magenta.
Oh, now that
Ooh.
would be nice.
What?
Magenta.
What? Interior, exterior?
Well, just, hey.
Just in general, he likes
I'm
the
saying
colour.
it's just a nice car.
So,
But it's just right. And we had someone at Supercar Driver come up to us and he said he emerged from an RV.
shout out.
He might be a creamer. I think he is a
Yeah,
creamer.
he is a
was
creamer.
a creamer. And he came over and one of the first things he said to us was, oh, by the way, I like the red interior. But he did say, but I am from the Midlands.
And I did abuse him for that.
Yeah.
But
Like
you know,
physically.
there is no resolution to this. I just wanted to point out that you're all wrong completely.
What I'm interested to know though is there is possibly a crossover between the creamers and the TDCers. But like, what are you guys?
Yeah,
what are the creamers saying?
Yeah.
Get it? Like, comment that. And if I'm seeing one comment that's got 800 likes, it goes, oh, actually, I do like the red on the blue. Actually,
Here's what we do. Someone make a comment. Don't go make loads, but find a comment that's I prefer the X interior, and then just make one comment below it that's I prefer the Y interior.
Why don't
and
we
just
do that?
like those?
Why don't we do that?
I think we should.
We can
does
comment.
make sense.
We will comment red and we'll comment blue.
You know what? I think
just
on
felt
Spotify
bad.
you can do polls.
Oh, there you go.
That might not be here. It's not guaranteed.
Also, you're
if
not all
not,
listening on
make
Spotify.
it up among yourselves.
I mean, what, everyone driving? Oh yeah, I'll do that. No worries.
Yeah.
I just felt like us doing it would be a dictatorship, whereas them doing it would be democracy.
It's
But
sort of letting the people decide.
Yeah, but don't the
Exactly.
government call an election and then you vote?
meanwhile, we're trying to make it.
People don't just like in Tesco's go, right, new prime minister, who's up for who?
Oh, I think we should change this up a bit.
Yeah,
Also, saying no, I've forgotten what I was going to say now.
that's good. I like that point.
No.
Where
Bad
should we
still.
go next?
Let's go to the next point, shall we?
Excellent. Okay, this one's from today, so it'll be fresh in the mind. Edwin, you put in here, am I in the way?
We like to, install anecdotes every now and then into these podcasts that, they're just things that happen that are funny. There are perhaps you're not going to laugh at this. You mustn't laugh.
Classic, not laugh.
We were filming a car that will not be out yet, but soon to be out. A car that we've had for a little while. On Monday. Cool little weird thing, Ben. But we went to our classic park, our park of dreams that we go and film at.
Oh yeah. Sorry, go on. I remember what this was now. Go
And
on.
we parked the ML up, and in this park there is like a little nook. It's kind of concreted, and it just goes to a line of trees. There's no reason for no one parks there.
No.
If you see what I mean, it's an offshoot of the car park. There's no reason to bring your car in there.
The car park's quite large as well.
Yeah.
In the middle of the day as
Has
well.
multiple sections. Wasn't busy today.
If you have a moment, you can watch the first episode of the Corsa versus the Starlet.
All the sports cars series
all
with the
the
Porsche and the
Porsche
350,
versus the 350.
or the limo.
Yes.
A lot of things been done there.
So that is the background. It's a little nook for us to film in. So we park the ML up and we go and put the new car, X car, in its place for Ben to get beer on. We said, Ben, go grab yourself some beer.
What would we say, 5 to 10 meters around it?
Yeah.
And it's parked in the center of this space, not like off the side, and it's a diagonal angle. So it's like, it's really framed in there. It's a stage, imagine.
Yeah, but we saw perhaps a Vauxhall Mocha?
I want to say it was a Mocha, quite a new one.
So a Vauxhall Mocha kind of turn up and kind of pull alongside the ML. And I was like, that's weird. What's going on here? Because by the time you get to where the ML is, that's the beginning of that long nook. Like, there's no reason to be in there. And I was like, is someone going to get annoyed that we're here? That's weird. And then they turned around and started backing up alongside the ML. And I was like, what's going on? But like very slowly, not very well, just kind of jarring at the wheel. And I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
And they kind of just sailed past the ML back towards the car that Ben's filming. And I was like, what's going on here?
It's bizarre.
This person snaked around like tight between the bushes and the car, around past the car that we're filming, right to the back of the nook, within half a meter of the car.
I stood there.
At the time, Ben was filming, getting B-roll, it was kind of obvious what's happening. And we're not saying that we own the park
Absolutely
and that
not.
we have a right to film and everyone else is in the way, but it's because there was so much other room elsewhere. And we thought, is there like a specific reason to be in that spot?
When we say this car park is big, you could fit upwards of 50 cars, I'd say, like near each other in this car park. It was empty, and we were in the back right corner.
Yeah.
And
we were minding in business, and I was getting B-roll, and I just stood there. I stood there and just stared as she just reversed into like the shot, and I just looked at her. I started to walk towards the car, and she just opened the door and went, "Am I in the way?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think so." Is it? I said, "I'm shooting in this direction towards the trees." I said, if you wouldn't mind, anywhere on that side is perfect because I won't be in your way, you won't be in my way at all, it'll be fine. And she went, "Of course, not a problem." Looks really confused because I thought she backed up towards the tree line because maybe there's a path there.
I thought
maybe she's got dogs to unload.
I thought perhaps there was like a compost pile there where you can bring your leaves. I was thinking, like, right, we're chucking some leaves in the bushes, fine, right? The rural type beat. And no, she just got out and had a cigarette.
No. Well, she pulled in front of the car, so now I'm facing the car. The background is as you would see it on camera, and then behind me is the car. But I said, like, you can go over that side of the car, and she took that very literally. She didn't mean I kind of meant into the car park. And do you mean the car park that has hundreds of spaces available? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, and she just parked like 2 meters from the car, but in the other direction. Got out and started smoking a cigarette. And I was like, okay, well now I can't film anything. So these guys were sat in the car writing like the intro script,
laughing
at me and this woman. And I went to the ML for a minute, and I was like, you know what? I'll wait for the cigarette to be finished. So, also, what are you smoking? She was there for like 10 minutes smoking this one cigarette.
I think it maybe wasn't a cigarette, but that's why. But
but then I was in the car, and I looked at the back, and these guys said, "Can you go ask her like nicely if she would mind moving a little bit further so we can film the intro section?" And I said, "Let her finish cigarette, and we'll see what happens."
Ben said, "We'll give her to the end of the cigarette," like it was a song.
Well, I thought give her a chance. Maybe it's been a tough day. So she's done with the cigarette, chucks it on the floor, not cool, and then opened the door. Let into the car
to get in to leave.
And I went, she's trying to get something. Maybe it's the car keys. Maybe something. Do you want to pull out?
What's that?
A second cigarette.
Mr. President.
So has been. She's just driven to the local park on a, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Wednesday at about 11 o'clock in the morning and sat in the car park and just chain smoked.
Yeah.
Just also around people who are clearly just trying to do their jobs.
Also, like in between us at this point, the ML is like, we're in front of her car and the unnamed car is behind it. So she just positioned herself just bang in the middle of both of us and went, I think I'll have a cigarette.
You know what, boys, it's lovely to meet you. I think I'll take this moment to, let's chill out a bit.
Is that, what car is that? Oh, nice. You film a YouTube video. Fantastic. I think I'll have 8 cigarettes.
It would be the equivalent of imagine there was a few of you stood in a circle talking and someone just walked to the middle of the circle, just sat down.
Yeah.
Didn't say anything, just sat down.
They were like, I don't want any part of this.
Yeah.
Whatever it is you're doing, completely fine.
Technically nothing wrong with it.
No,
but possibly socially odd.
But then you said, could you not? And they went, not a problem. I'll move. And then they moved to just the edge of the circle. Facing inwards.
Right behind.
And just started smoking at you.
Yeah.
A little bit menacing, I think.
Anyway, I asked her, it'd been probably 20 minutes at this point and we're still smoking cigarettes. And I thought,
both we are.
No, we weren't. No, we were just...
Ben joined her.
Ben said, all right, cool.
I mean, if we're going to wait, I'll have a couple.
And it's a little bit, doing YouTube videos, you must have energy to do YouTube videos, and it's a bit awkward to be possibly 4 meters from someone and go, "We bought the cheapest egg in the world." They're going to go, "What is happening?"
Pretty cheap, those.
Yeah, it would be.
Well, it also would have been where you would be filming. You'd be standing next to her with us doing the intro, maybe half a meter from her.
And a lot of the intro shots may look like not much movement is happening, but I'm walking backwards looking at a camera screen, so I might walk into you if you're directly behind me. So there's a chance she'd be stood there with a cigarette.
I might smash into someone.
And I just reverse into her with a big camera and possibly dent her car and possibly dent her.
Oh, wow. Ben's like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you if you don't move.
I am solid as a rock. If I touch you, you are done.
If I'm half running backwards and I accidentally run into you, you might get hurt. You know what I mean? So Edwin said to me,
all right. I don't want anyone to get hurt.
We've all had a few cigarettes, right? Let's calm it down.
So I said, I'll go talk to you again. So I got out and I said, so I'm really sorry. I said, we're just going to film a section here. Would you mind going that way? She said, yeah, I'll just finish my cigarette and I'll be off. And to be fair, she did. Where did she go? To the other side of the car park to smoke a third cigarette. Yeah. So,
was it? You do find, obviously, we're fortunate. The job that we do is just barely job, really.
Yes,
but it means that we experience middle of the day folk.
And you know what? It's incredible.
Yeah.
There's going to be lots of creamers out there listening who, because of their job, will experience this too. It's a different world.
Yeah.
When everyone else is at work, just people don't understand how things work.
Yeah.
Come out.
Sort of lingering.
They're just people.
Loitering.
It's amazing. And no shade to anyone. Please, genuinely, we're
Live
not
your life, man.
trying to be penises. But as a spectacle to watch, it's quite fantastic sometimes.
Just pulling up in the mocker, midday, 3 cigarettes.
Like didn't slow us down at
freedom.
all, but it was quite funny to watch.
The thing about
in a long ass jacket too.
Oh yeah,
long
totally
jacket.
around.
like actual like Wenger spec jacket.
the thing that baffled me the most was that like it wasn't purposeful, obviously, but it almost started to feel that.
Ben was like, she's doing this on purpose.
I don't blame her for what she did.
No, what I'm saying that is because it was to get into the corner where she parked originally. There was actually quite a maneuver she had to
make. It
make.
really was.
To the point where I was like, how could this be anything like? It's not an accident because you have to actively have gone right. I've got to get the car backwards through this gap.
He's parked dreadfully.
Yeah.
And there's a traffic warden taking a picture of it as well with a camera.
Now, honestly, at the start, I thought, because the car was stance parked, it was at a 45-degree angle to where like all the other cars were parked. I thought she had gone, well, clearly this is how we all park now. And I thought she was going to park next to you.
That would have been good.
At a 45-degree angle and go, cheers, and walk off, which would have been fantastic.
She just said, do you want the bonnet open for the B-roll?
It was.
This is an Ecotec, this
obviously,
one.
it wasn't on purpose, but it was such an. It felt like more effort to do that than just to pull up in. Also, you got to drive through the entire car park to get to that
whole
point. Yeah.
car park.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense.
Yeah,
I think maybe because it was not a cigarette. I think it was.
Was it not a cigarette?
I think not.
I think it was.
I don't know.
It was very
Anyway,
long.
It
though.
looked like one from far, but it might have been in one of them custom-made ones.
It smelt like a cigarette.
The filling was different.
It's
that's
not
what
like
I mean.
a cigarette, though.
Okay.
It was funny.
How would you know?
I walked up to her and
And said, can I have a puff?
said,
And you went,
I went, just needs to film some B-roll, man.
I'm sorry, dude, would you mind moving?
Isn't it crazy that we're just out here filming YouTube videos? Huh?
And what? We're all filming YouTube videos in a sense, aren't we? So, yes, shout out to the random lady who decided to be part of the shoot today.
Perhaps a creamer. Or
Yeah.
perhaps from a rival podcast. Perhaps she was sent by Smith and Sniff.
We're onto your games, Richard. This one is from Charlie. He's got 2 first names and a last name, which I won't read out to not dox you. The subject is V5. This is a forum, by the way. Apologies if I did I say that?
What's a forum, Edwin?
Forum is where we let you guys ask a question to us and we'll give you a very serious response.
And you can't be embarrassed. There's no judgment with the forum. You can ask me, what's a car?
And
I'll go, who are you? How did you get this number? So, this one is from Charlie. The subject is V5.
Okay.
Hello, Ben. That's come to me. So, I'm Ben today. Hello, Ben, and the other 2. My question is,
Crazy.
why is a V5 not proof of ownership? And if it isn't proof of ownership, what is? I've seen some stuff about how it means you're the keeper of the vehicle, but not the owner. Are they not the same thing? Hope you can answer it for me, Ben.
I hope.
Cheers, Ben. Have a good one.
Ben,
So, Ben, can you answer that?
I can.
It wasn't addressed to us.
I don't know the law of it. I believe, and this is again not the law,
Okay.
I believe it is. Because if that is the official documentation for that car and it's printed in your name with all the details in your name, that's yours.
I agree.
Edwin.
I agree in principle. Now, the classic thing in America, possession is 9/10 of the law. If you have legal ownership of the car, that is a piece of paper that says you are responsible for doing everything with the car, i.e. you must tax it. It comes to you if any fines happen, which is why a business can own it. A V5 can be in a business name, right? You should get, whenever you buy a car, a bill of sale is what Americans call it. It is a piece of paper that is signed by both parties, the person selling it and the person buying it, that says, I, the cellaring of this car, have solded this car to you, the buyer. And that is a record you should keep so that if anybody ever comes knocking, you can say, no, I have bought this car from this person, which means on this day, it transferred to me. Anything that's happened before, deal with the old owner.
But in this country, to apply for the V5, you do a ownership transfer. You can do it online between the hours of 7 and 7 for some reason.
Must not be after 7.
What do you get sent?
An email.
A new V5.
An email saying you go for this thing. It's an online form, and you go, "I'm Edwin. I've sold this car to Will," and then you both go, "We agree, cool." But then you get an email confirming that. But then you get a V5 in the post in your name. So surely that's proof.
But it doesn't say anything about a sale price because it must have something to do with the monetary transfer so that you can prove and say, on this day I sent X amount of money. Now, you could fake it. Of course you could. But that's why those AA things, that was a big thing back in the day. That was like when you used to buy a used car on like a Gumtree, someone would be like, "Here, mate, sign this." And you have to sign this thing that says
maiden name.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. Mate, give me the cards on the back of the numbers on the back of your card, all that sort of stuff. So I understand it, right? I understand that it technically is, but a V5 is. If I have the V5 in my name, I consider you the owner.
Yeah.
But
it's who's getting the fine?
Yeah.
Who's getting if that goes sailing through a speed camera, past the speed camera, over the speed limit, who gets the fine? It's the guy on the V5.
But that's what it's about, because the guy on the V5 could be not the person that bought it. Could not be the owner.
That's fair, like the M140i.
Exactly. There you go.
Mm. So yeah, I would still say for the most part, it feels like, because also when you buy a car, like you feel a bit fishy if you don't have the V5, just because if someone said, "I've got the V5, but I've got this invoice here," you'd be like, well,
that just proves
I kind of want the V5 though, if possible, because that's how you tax it. That's how you change anything on it. You want to put a private plate on it. That's that. So yeah, it just feels like a weird technicality. But I think, though not probably the law and legal, the V5 to me is proof that you own that car, or your business owns that car, or something else.
The reason that we always say it and go, "Oh, V5 is not a proof," is because of the adenoids that comment it every time when we go, "I've bought it, I've got the V5," and they go, "Technically, don't you know that it's not proof of ownership?"
Unless you've got a co-signed invoice. I don't think so.
So it's just us being facetious, which you might not have grasped in this podcast up until now. Sometimes like to do that, throw in a little bit of that left and right. But I think that's a nice place to round it off, like a nice bolt, like a nice 10 mil. Thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Cars Rule Everything Around Me podcast. We'll be back with 77 next week. Bingo number, Ben, which was 77?
77.
David Beckham.
Eggs in heaven.
Lovely, good stuff. We will see you next week. Thank you for listening. Cream, get the money.